I want to give seniors on Social Security an extra $200 a month. And here's why. The cost of groceries, healthcare, utilities, pretty much everything is skyrocketing. And the Trump administration just announced that the cost of living adjustment for seniors is only $56 a month. That doesn't even cover 2 days' groceries for most families. Donald Trump's chaotic tariffs are causing serious economic pain, and the costs are going up, up, up.
Senate Democrats are pushing a plan to send seniors on Social Security and disability a $200 check every month for 6 months, starting December 25th, 2025. The senator leading this effort has a powerful reason for backing this bill. Let's hear why she believes seniors need this extra support. Rising costs are hitting everyone hard. Groceries, healthcare, utilities, nearly everything is skyrocketing. Yet, the Trump administration just announced a cost of living adjustment of only $56 a month for seniors. For most families, that doesn't even cover 2 days of groceries. Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts is the driving force behind this bill, fighting to give seniors a $200 monthly boost to help offset these burdens. But it's not just about the national numbers. Social Security amounts vary by state, and understanding this is crucial given the rising inflation and the struggles seniors face across the country. I'm Carolina, a government benefits expert. For over 10 years, I've helped seniors secure the retirement benefits they deserve. On this channel, I cover Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and other personal finance topics that directly impact seniors' lives. If you're new here, welcome. Drop your city and state in the comments. I love knowing where my viewers are watching from. And if you've been following this channel, thank you for your continued support. We have a lot to cover, so let's dive in. Let's start with the $200 proposal Senate Democrats are pushing to give seniors for 6 months. But the real question is, why only 6 months? I'm going to break that down for you. First, the key point, seniors are struggling, and the data proves it. Recent reports show that the middle class, lower middle class, and low-income families are all feeling the squeeze of inflation. This was further confirmed by the Federal Reserve Chair, who highlighted that rising inflation is being driven by tariffs. For the Fed to say this is significant, after all, their number one responsibility is to fight inflation. If you're a senior struggling right now, you're not alone, and some relief is coming. Democrats are proposing a $200 monthly boost for 6 months. Here are the details. The bill, called the Social Security Emergency Inflation Relief Act, is backed by Democratic senators, including Mark Kelly of Arizona and Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts. It's set to be introduced Thursday. The extra $200 per month would extend benefits through July 2026 and would apply to Social Security recipients, supplemental security income beneficiaries, railroad retirement recipients, and veterans receiving disability compensation or pensions. This proposal comes on the heels of the Social Security Administration announcing a 2.8% cost of living adjustment, which adds roughly $56 to the average senior's monthly benefit. Some Democrats argue this increase alone isn't enough to keep up with rising costs, hence the emergency $200 boost. Now, I have said this before, and if you're watching my channel, or you've been watching my channel for a while, you know my stand on this. The Social Security increase for December 25 is woefully inadequate, $56 for the average retiree, and it's even worse for people that are on disability, because if you're on SSDI, you're getting about a $41 increase. If you are on SSI, supplemental security income, it's even worse. It's $27. And so I agree with the senator that, that is not even covering 1 or 2 grocery trips. And that's why seniors are struggling. And the worst part of this, is that not only is your Social Security benefit nothing to write home about, but then at the same time, you are paying a 10% increase in Medicare Part B premiums, which are taken directly out of your Social Security check. And so seniors feel like they're boxed in. You know, it's not like you can control where your money goes. The government that is giving you a $56 increase is going to reach into your Social Security check and take out the Medicare Part B premium, which has gone up by 10%. And that is why, if you are struggling, that you know you are not alone, because a lot of seniors are facing the same challenge. So here's the thing. If you want to stay on top of all of this news and updates, anything in and out of Congress that could affect your benefit, your retirement, your finances, then join thousands of seniors that are receiving text messages from me each week. 1 or 2 text messages, free of charge, and text the word insider to 443293080. That is the number. And it is free. And the benefit is that you will stay updated on critical information that you absolutely have to know about that may affect your benefits and your retirement. So text the word insider to the number you see on your screen, 443293080. Now let's jump into the next topic I wanted to talk about, because it's closely related to this cost of living issue. So how much is the average Social Security benefit by state, and does it matter? Well, we're going to find out. So let's jump to the bottom 10% of or the bottom 10 states with the lowest Social Security check, and then we'll talk about the top states with more, those who are receiving the biggest checks. So let me start with the bottom states. So the lower 10 that are getting the least amount of Social Security check is Mississippi is at the very bottom with $1,814 in benefits. Louisiana, $1,818. All the way through, let me get that banner out of your way, all the way through Alaska with $196. Now that is the bottom 10 states and the top 10. Let's look at the top 10 states that are getting the most in Social Security benefits. So that is a different data set. Let's look at this. So here are the top states. Connecticut comes in first as $2,196. New Jersey, $2,190. New Hampshire, $2,183. Delaware, $2,170. Maryland, $2,139. All the way to Utah, $2,065. So now let's look at other states. If your state hasn't been mentioned, just bear with me a second. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to share with you why it may not matter how much you're making, or whether the average in your state is lower or not. Because what matters is the cost of living. And I'm going to share with you why you should not look at that information and feel bad about how much the average benefit is in your state or your average benefit. Obviously, everybody would like more money, but the point I'm trying to make is that the average benefit that is being published does not give you the total picture of whether, being in a low, average state, does that really matter? It matters how much you are paying in critical services in that state. So let's look at the entire picture of Social Security average benefits. So you can see here, the average benefit in Social Security, it goes all the way to the bottom, Mississippi. But look at even the middle. Texas $119.32, Tennessee $119.55, Florida $119.57, South Carolina $1,955, New York $218. So New York is not even in the top 10 states. Colorado $236 and so forth. Virginia $263. And let's look at some more. See, Georgia $119.29 and let's see here, Kentucky $1,865. So now I'm getting this information from marker.com. And so let's talk about why it may not be telling the whole picture. And so let me go to another article that gives more perspective on this. So, excuse me, Investopedia covered the same topic, how much Social Security pays in each state. They gave the same information that I just talked about. They even have a map that shows you who is getting what. So the darker the color, the more money the state is getting in Social Security. So here, Michigan, Minnesota $295. You can see New Hampshire $21.83, you, Maryland, New Jersey, Connecticut, Arizona, etc. But here is what they were saying that caught my eye and which motivated me to even talk about this. Excuse me. So they were saying that, for example, Connecticut's average Social Security benefit is $221 per month more than the national average. But then when you look at rent, which is one of the biggest costs that seniors face when it comes to retirement, the average rent in Connecticut is $2,119, which is $376 more than the national average. So it means that in Connecticut, if you're on Social Security, your rent consumes almost the entire average Social Security benefit in that state, right? And so now you look at some other notable states that have very high cost of living, but relatively low Social Security benefit include New York, which is run 21st, with an average of 2018, California, which runs 34th, with an average benefit of $1,935. So then it goes on to say, Mississippi is at the bottom, but let's look at how their cost of living stacks up. It says, for example, the average Social Security benefit for retired workers in Mississippi is only $161 below the national average, while the average rent is $135, about $436 below national average. In other words, the Social Security check here in Mississippi goes much further proportionately than it does in high-cost states like Connecticut. So one of the things I'm going to do is take the data, the Social Security average check, and then look at the average rent by state and then see what I can find. And then, maybe that would be a more interesting discussion to have. Because how much does a Social Security check stretch in each state? And I think rent is probably one of the biggest measures to see how much seniors are paying, because not a lot of seniors have houses that are paid for. A lot of seniors are still paying for rent. And so that, I'm assuming based on my own research, is one of the biggest things that eat up Social Security checks among seniors. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And before I let you go, there is something I want to share with you about Medicare, right? We are in the Medicare enrollment season. One part of it has ended, the other part is about to begin. And I wanted to share with you my mission for the next 3 months and what I'm trying to do to help seniors that are on Medicare to maximize their benefits. So let's talk about it. So here it is. So I want to help 100,000 seniors get peace of mind about Medicare. And why? Well, I have shared a lot of reasons with you. One of them is that I shared data point with you that Medicare prices are going up by 10%. And not only that, there is more pain associated with what's happening with Medicare, because not only is Medicare premiums jumping by 10%, but if you're on original Medicare, you are going to face changes that you never saw before. For example, if you live in one of 6 states, you will have to get pre-authorization in order to access certain services, devices, or procedures. Yes, you have to get pre-authorization. And then, if you're on original Medicare, Medigap plans are changing. So for example, Medicare Medigap Plan F was the most popular plan, but they are phasing that out. And so now Medigap Plan G is the most popular plan now. But there are costs associated with that, and costs are rising. And so you need to understand, even if you're on original Medicare and you think that, oh, you're good, and you just automatically just renew your benefit because you think everything is okay. Wrong. You have to pay attention. And then if you're on Medicare Advantage, then there is even more things that you have to be aware of, because Advantage plans are changing in cost. They are changing in the way, setting states. Advantage plans are leaving the states entirely. So my job is to educate you around Medicare, create and share useful guides and resources with you, connect seniors to the best Medicare support available. And so how am I doing that? Well, it is by making sure that you are not one of the 90% of seniors that are in the wrong Medicare plan. So one of the things that I have been sharing consistently about this is that our partner Chapter Medicare, helps seniors avoid the unnecessary costs that comes with Medicare. You want to make sure that you are getting the right plan for you, but also have an expert that can help you evaluate the 24,000 Medicare plans that are out there that may be very overwhelming and confusing. That's why seniors just pick the plan that they are familiar with without realizing that Medicare will pay you over your lifetime more money than Social Security ever will, but you have to be in the right plan in order to get the benefits that you have earned and deserve. And so, what is the solution? Well, call our partner, Chapter Medicare. And here is the deal. And I will share some testimonials of the over 5,000 seniors that have already called. It says 3D500, but I need to update that, and I'm going to update that real time because now it's over 5,000 seniors that have called our partner, Chapter Medicare. And I've been able to get the peace of mind that I have been talking about regarding Medicare. So, what do I mean by peace of mind regarding Medicare? Or peace of mind means that, number one, you have compared your current Medicare plan to all the plans that are out there, especially in your local area, and confirm that you are in the best plan. Number two, that the costs associated with your Medicare plan, you've looked at them in totality, including not only your premiums, but your copays, your deductibles, the out-of-pocket costs and confirm that you are in the best plan. Number two, that the costs associated with your Medicare plan, you've looked at them in totality, including not only your premiums, but your copays, your deductibles, the out-of-pocket costs that you've looked at all that. And then number three, prescription drug coverage. There is a huge amount of change that is happening with prescription drug coverage. You want to make sure that your plan fits your needs and covered the medications and the coverage that you need. So that is what calling Chapter will do for you. So call them today at 539-205-2147. The call is free, and the benefit is that you will get that peace of mind knowing that your benefit that you are going to use, your benefit that is going to cover you in January, your benefit that's going to cover you in 2026 is the right plan for you, and that, should you need it, that you have a Medicare plan that fits your need completely. And I have many, many, many testimonials of people that have called Chapter and have come back and shared their experience with me. And, it's been, for me, it's like, that's what I want to hear. Here's one of them, one of those such reviews that I want to share with you. So this guy, this person called, and here is what he has to say. Let me make sure that you can see that on the screen properly. He said, I just reviewed my Medicare through Chapter, and they told me I was in the best plan for me already. And that is what I like about Chapter. They are not there to sell you anything. They are there, and I really mean that. They are there to make sure that the plan that you're in is the best plan for you. And if you're not in the best plan, then they'll help you switch to a better plan. So guys, it is a no-brainer. Do not delay. Call Chapter today and have kind of the experience that other seniors are having that I think will be your experience, because you want to have peace of mind about Medicare too. So here is another testimonial that I want to share with you. This person said, so let's talk about this. He said, I took your advice and I called Chapter. I signed up with Cigna. I previously had Human. This was a better plan for me with Cigna. I signed up 10 days ago. Thank you for helping me. And I responded, that's great to hear. I am glad the information was helpful to you. So guys, do not delay. Give Chapter a call today. They are there to help you get peace of mind about Medicare and get into a better plan for you that meets your needs. So give them a call today. I'm going to put the information again on the screen so that you have it. And if you want them to call you, then you can go to Ask Chapter, Org Insider. I'm going to put the information in the comments and in the description to this video so that you can have it and then give them a call. So guys, that's all I have to cover today. If you like what you heard, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification button, because what it does is that whenever I release a new video, you will be the first to know if you have that notification turned on. So guys, I appreciate you all for hanging out with me today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.